What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta be real with you guys. I didn't really expect myself to go ahead and talk about the finals anytime soon. I've always said many times before that I'm happy for everybody who enjoys this game, and I thought it was a pretty cool concept. But for me personally, it was never completely my bread and butter, I'm a little bit more of a solo mentality type of player. I like to just dive deep into games like COD, Battlefield, Splitgate, Halo, where I could just kind of single-handedly take on a bunch of enemies if it really comes down to it. Of course, team play is always involved. But the finals, kind of, for me personally, feels like something like Overwatch or Marvel Rivals, where you have to have a team that wants to strategize and work together, and, seriously work together as well, because if you don't work together, you're going to get absolutely obliterated in this game. But I was always able to recognize the potential of this overall title and how good it truly was. But boy, oh boy, as Season 8 has, crept around the corner here, I have to put out a video for myself personally because I hop back into the experience, and I gotta be real. My God, it is a very solid FPS experience. And again, all of the updates that they have done to the overall game, the progress this title has made, is so stupidly impressive. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I am very impressed at the work that Embark has been putting into this overall project. For example, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see right here, this is the brand new destruction features within the finals environment. And it is just mental, absolutely mental to go ahead and witness. I mean, the destruction in the finals was already top notch. And I know everybody always compares it to Battlefield and says that Battlefield is lacking, but you got to keep in mind, this game is much, I don't want to say easier to run than Battlefield, but Battlefield has, 64 players, massive scaled maps. If Battlefield were to have the destruction that the finals had, I'm pretty sure everybody's consoles and PCs would be exploding. But for the game like the finals, where they really, made sure that the destruction was the bread and butter, and they could, make sure the player count revolved around it, the map sizes, worked around it, so on and so forth, it was already really freaking good. But here we are with Season 8, and they have absolutely enhanced the destruction times freaking 10. And let me tell you guys something, it is mental. I'm not lying to you at all. It is mental going into this experience, witnessing this brand new destruction and how the environment works with itself, and also how smooth it actually runs. I'll be real. One of the, biggest reasons why I didn't really stream the finals that much is because it was really hard for me to get it to function and work very smoothly. But over time, as they continuously optimize the game and make sure it's perfected, it is smooth as butter. I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. I am literally in the middle of a building that is being shattered, absolutely blown to shreds, a bunch of explosions going on, people blasting each other everywhere. And my game is running at a perfect smooth FPS rate. No stutters, no freezes. It's just absolute perfection. I'm amazed at the talent that is over at Embark, because they know exactly what they're doing and how to put this work together. Again, I know a lot of the people who are working at Embark are OG classic DICE developers, so we're, working with veterans here. But veterans or not, it doesn't matter how long you've been in the scene. What they're doing within this game is just ridiculously impressive. And it's not something that you see on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I see games put together by industry veterans all the time, and it comes nowhere close to being able to be this finally optimized, okay? I mean, over half of the games that launch nowadays are impossible to run. And here you are with a game where the whole map is crapping on itself, and it's smooth. I mean, to me personally, it's almost like a miracle. And on top of that, the developers keep this game up to date all the frickin' time. I mean, season after season after season, there are massive content drops. You can pretty much buy whatever battle pass you possibly want. If you go into the store, I mean, all the battle passes are available to you. The store itself, when it comes to buying customizations, is absolutely outstanding. And you can pick whichever piece of, clothes that you want, whether it's a headpiece, body piece, whatever, or you can pick the overall outfit. Everything is pretty nicely priced. And also, the content drops are so consistent when it comes to adding in new weapons, new features. They just went ahead and introduced kill cams into the overall experience. I mean, talking about live service, Embark has been nailing the term live service to the max degree. And if anybody out there should follow a pattern or follow how a company handles the live service era, it should be this right here. everybody should be looking at the finals and seeing how this game is thriving. As I stated before, I know this game isn't completely for me, you know? It's not my complete bread and butter of a game that I really want to dive into, although I gotta be real, after playing it again, I'm tempted to keep playing it a lot more frequently. But holy smokes, whether it's something I want to play a lot or a little, I am so happy for the people out there who have this game and really enjoy this title, because this is like a once-in-a-lifetime type of shooter that is released with a unique concept that is actually, still running, still gradually growing an audience. People are continuously coming on in. It can keep a consistent flow of players hopping into the overall experience, and there's always something unique going on within the game itself. I gotta be real here. In a day of age, where AAA companies are pretty much, overrunning the overall industry, and newcomers are having the hardest time trying to get a name out there for themselves. It's nearly impossible at this point because people are very picky. It's hard for new concepts to hit the scene. And I try out a lot of them. I do, and I enjoy a lot of games out there, but the sad reality is a lot of them kind of boil down to an extremely niche audience or just kind of fade out completely. But Embark has done some magic. They have. They are truly showing a real competition to these AAA devs as a, up-and-coming development team. And also, I gotta be real, they might be one of the top development teams in the scene right here, right now. And with that being said, that's what makes me so stupidly excited for Arc Raiders. Everybody keeps saying, why am I pumped for Arc Raiders, especially since it's a, extraction shooter? I'm telling you, man, this team is nothing to go ahead and joke around with. And the people who are hired at this team, the individuals who are working on these games, are so stupidly talented. You could see it across the board, and you could see the passion, within these developers as well when it comes to all of their projects. I'm ready for Arc Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honestly ready for any game that Embark decides to push on out here. They have made a fantastic name for themselves, and honestly, they have cemented their name within the FPS world to the point where I think a lot of people just know who Embark is based on the finals. It's just really cool to see. It's just really cool to see. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, the finals has stepped their game up. And compared to day one, they have enhanced the overall experience tremendously. I mean, they have really built off of the core foundation that they have put out there. And they have continued to build again and again and again, to the point where this game is, in its current spot, it is massive. And if you haven't downloaded it just yet, if you haven't even given it a shot, I suggest doing so. And as I stated before, it might not be your cup of tea. It just simply might not. You might be like me, where, the idea and concept of the game is, it's not really up your lane. But I think you will still appreciate it regardless, just like me myself, Although it's not a game that I play all the time, every single time I log back into it, I'm just blown away by the attention to detail, the love from the development team, and how well optimized it truly is, along with all the innovations that they continuously keep pushing on in. As I stated before, did you see the destruction, enhancements? That is nothing to joke around about, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely huge. And it literally changes the game-to-game moments that you have within the finals. I actually saw a post by JM Shortlife over on Reddit. It said, Season 8 really added some crazy destruction. And just this clip alone showcases, literally, the moment-to-moment gameplay that you have within the finals, and how the enhanced destruction really adds to the atmosphere, how pieces of the walls are crumbling down, and you have to literally do parkour and jump over these pieces and try to navigate all the debris while hunting down enemies. I mean, there's literally nothing like this on the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen. This is so freaking unique. And as I stated, every single time that I witness it, it blows my mind how well it's optimized with all the crap that is going on. But seriously, Embark, you guys are absolutely goated. And as I stated before, although the finals isn't completely my cup of tea, I respect you guys so freaking much for what you put together, for the love and passion you continuously push into this game, for keeping it thriving for the overall audience of people who enjoy it. And it shows with the player count as well that people really do respect the love that you guys are pouring into it. And also, I can't tell you guys how excited I am for Arc Raiders. I know I already said it before, but boy oh boy, you guys, your attention to detail and just the quality of development that you guys push forward is so top-notch that Arc Raiders, I mean, my goodness, that is going to be For me, it'll probably be Game of the Year. I don't know if it will get nominated as such a thing, but for me, I think it will be Game of the Year with how, well, these guys are doing with their overall portfolio. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this overall topic. Do you guys enjoy the finals? Do you hate the finals? And if you never played the finals before, after watching this video, do you think you'll go ahead and give it a download? As I stated before, even for a person like me, where it's not the game that I really want to completely sink my time into, it just blows me away every single time that I play it and witness it, and I have to know how you guys feel about it as well. But as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget subscribing to that bell, post here daily at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And we also double upload at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything between COD, Battlefield, Splitgate 2, Arca Raiders, Gears of War, pretty much any first-person shooter, third-person shooter that sparks my interest, you best believe I'll post it on this channel. And last but not least, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, I can link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.